You are listening to a clip from the Righteous Tongues podcast, where we speak fluent hip-hop. Hosted by FDT, the BX Boy and D.Bail. For more, please visit grusselmedia.com.
What up, world? Welcome to the Righteous Tongues podcast, where we speak fluent hip-hop with your host, FDT.
Yo, what up, world? It's our official first episode of 2019. I'm kind of glad we waited a little bit to do an episode at the end of the month because a lot of things happened in this past month, so we're going to get into it.
The BX Boy.
Yo, what's good? Welcome to 2019. A lot of drama, as always, in hip-hop, so let's get to it.
Yeah, and I be a media arts specialist, D.Bail, and we're going to set it off giving y'all a variety of different topics that influence not just hip-hop culture, but pop culture across the sphere. So what we got on deck, my brother FDT?
What y'all want to get in first? Want to get in Big Soulja? Because we kind of missed out last week.
Let's get to it.
Soulja Boy, yes.
Draco.
Let's do it.
Is Big Soulja a legend, man? That's the question at hand. Is he everything he claims to be?
I say no.
Yeah.
Okay, BX Boy.
Say no. Okay.
Why is that, my brother?
D.Bail.
Well, first of all, I mean, this dude, and he's done a lot. Don't get me wrong. He's done a lot in hip-hop, and especially with the advent of the internet becoming more important in the way artists market and present themselves. But to me, musically, this guy is nowhere near a legend. Now, if you want to say he was maybe an innovator in certain respects in terms of using the internet to get his music out there, and I know some of the stuff he did with the ringtones and other things like that, but as far as a legend, I mean, I think that's a loaded word, and I think it's one that's heavily overused, and I just think we got to stop using that. Got to stop throwing that around so freely. But he's definitely an innovator. He's definitely done things with the internet that many artists were slow to adapt to, and he definitely deserves credit for that. But in terms of being a legend, I think his legendary status goes as far as his own mind, personally.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree, BX Boy, because I think the numbers, don't lie no matter what. Even if Soulja likes to, add a little bit more animation or a little bit more spice or a little bit more cap to what he's saying, when you look at the numbers, they really don't lie, man. I mean, his first joint was, it basically issued in the digital era as we know it right now. Crank That, you know what I'm saying? It had the most digital downloads in the United States, over 3 million units sold digitally, and he was the first rapper to ever achieve that feat. But not only, as a rapper, but as a producer. I mean, he made his whole album on Fruity Loops, man. I mean, he produced his album, he put it together, and had the marketing acumen to go on LimeWire and disguise his songs as other popular rappers' songs. And if his song was complete trash, I don't think it would have grown as organically as it did. Now, was it, the flavor that myself, FDT and yourself also grew up on? Of course not, man. But it revolutionized the game and it brought in a new era of rap. It's just like how we went from the 80s to the 90s. Although we love the artistic skills of an AZ, Nas, Jay, Big, Pac, BX Boy, you know better than anybody. We got an older cousin in our family, that grew up in a decade before us that could find a lot of flaws in the music that we loved growing up in the 90s and so on and so forth. So every generation is going to have their criticisms no matter how good or bad the music really is. But like I said, if Soulja Boy was trash, if he didn't have this long-lasting impact on the game, the minute he disguised Crank That as 50 Cent in the club, and cats was going ahead downloading it, and they realized they didn't get 50 Cent in the club, and they said, well, who the heck am I listening to right now? And if that song wasn't as good as it was, bruh, cats, he would have never made it. Because, a lot of artists was disguising their hits back then, as other rappers' popular songs. You know what I'm saying?
I understand where you're coming from, but I still contend that he's a major influence and a major innovator, but he's not a legend. I think we can separate that. Yes, he's done some things that other people haven't done, especially when it comes to the internet and you know, with the phone and his music in general. But to me, that doesn't make him a legend. It just makes him, to me, quicker to jump on to something that maybe a lot of artists were still feeling their way around, but really weren't sure about. And he just jumped in, and to his credit, he was super successful with it. But to me, I still don't, legend, nah. But he's definitely a major innovator. He definitely inspired a lot of artists. He definitely showed them that, you know, the major label is not necessarily the answer. You can use the internet to market yourself, push yourself, and be successful. So he's definitely a major innovator. He's definitely a major influence. And an influence, whether, you know, you could say it's good or bad for that era of rap, but he's definitely a major influence. But legend, let's ease off on the L word, because that's thrown around a bit too much, especially by a younger generation, in my opinion.
Okay, can I ask you a question then?
Go ahead.
So do you correlate directly rapping skill with a legendary status? Is it the fact that you do not respect Soulja Boy's acumen on the mic that you're saying he's not a legend? Like, if he did everything that he did,
lyrical with it,
but he was more lyrical with it, would you call him a legend?
You would have to.
Case closed.
This is somebody who we've seen.
Maybe.
I remember when Drink That came out, yo. Like,
maybe, but it depends.
Like,
it depends on the music. Yeah.
But listen. I remember seeing Soulja Boy for the first time. I thought, like, what was he, the new Flavor Flav? Like, you know, he had the sunglasses with the white out on him. Like,
okay.
He looked totally ridiculous. And the fact that he lasted this long, you know what I'm saying? And he's still relevant. You know what I'm saying? He does make a lot of bogus claims, even though some of them are true. Like, he was the first one to be on YouTube and get a buzz and a wave.
Major innovator.
New rappers do it as well.
Major innovator.
He was selling 15 million ringtones, and you know what I mean? Even with the video game console, which is you know, it's to me, it's a trash console, but the fact that he's trying to do something, you know what I mean?
Like I said, major innovator, and I respect him for trying to break into that world.
And you know, not for nothing, Soulja Boy has some hits. You know what I'm saying?
He has some hits.
He slept on it when it comes to that, but like I said, the type of music he made, you know, with the lane that he paid. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You know, when I think about legendary status as well, man, you have a lot of artists that were legendary, but they necessarily weren't successful. Like, a lot of the artists that we look up to, some of them unfortunately died broke. So that would be a flaw. You know what I'm saying? When you think about legend, you're thinking about somebody that really perfected the genre of whatever they were in. So do you hold the artist?
One more thing, D.Bail. Like, yo, he survived mad hate too. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was hated on harder than Soulja Boy when he first came to the game? Like, Ice-T literally made a video, blamed the death of hip-hop on Soulja Boy and told him to eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, a grown-ass man told the teenager to eat a dick, man. Snoop Dogg, mad people came for this man's neck, man.
Yeah, but at the end of
that type of, like, yo, who else took, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he survived by adapting, though.
You know what I'm saying?
He survived by adapting, though. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, musically, Soulja Boy, for the last, I don't know how many years, he's been kind of dead. He's been surviving off for trolling, for, you know, the internet stuff. And look, like I said, he's a major innovator, and he does have his hits. But technically, Soulja Boy really wasn't relevant musically, making other news, you know, doing other things, you know, trying the video game console. He kept his name out there, but, you know, I just think we got to just chill on the L word a little bit.
Well,
he deserves respect for everything he's done. But, you know, and to answer your question, D.Bail, about in terms of the lyrics, it would depend on the music. I mean, you know, we can look at someone like Biggie Smalls, who was here for, musically, he was, you know, he had maybe a good, 5-6 year run.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, he lost his life, but he's regarded as a legend, and that's because the music stands for itself. It's timeless. The impact he had on the game as an artist, not so much the things outside of the music. You know what I'm saying? I guess Soulja Boy, to me, his biggest impact in a lot of ways was stuff relating to how you put music out, how you market yourself, how you use the internet to maybe get ahead, things like that. To me, that's what his biggest impact to me is going to be. More stuff he did outside of the music, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I feel Deaky, you can talk about him for his music.
All right, well, let me finish my point, man. Like I was saying, if you hold artist in a legendary stature, it means that person basically perfected the genre of whatever they were doing, whether it be singing, whether it be rapping, whether it be, basketball, they perfected it. Now, is Dennis Rodman any less of a legend than Michael Jordan? Because Dennis Rodman, was the rebound guy and Michael Jordan was the scoring champion. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still legends in the same.
Of a different kind.
Okay, so Soulja Boy also can be looked at as a legend of a different kind. Do you hold the artist, as I was saying before, responsible for not being financially fiscal and ending up broke at the end of their career with nothing to pass down, no legacy to pass down on? Do you still consider those artists to be legends, although they did not, have their finances in place, in order to keep their legacy going?
I don't think money really has to be a factor into the equation. I think it's just the impact you make with the music that you make. I mean, not to say that it doesn't matter at all, but I wouldn't put too much emphasis on money.
I beg to differ, man. I beg to differ, and Michael Jackson would disagree with you also, bro. Michael Jackson was all about expanding the legacy through financial gains. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, Michael Jackson would have never purchased, the Beatles publishing. You know what I'm saying? Like most artists,
you're right, but
their
at the
legacy
end of the
lasts
day,
through it. Jay-Z is not able to do prison reform with Meek Mill unless he has access to the $1 billion that him and his wife reportedly share. You understand what I'm saying? Like the agendas become different when the money grows. You're able to do more. Like Jay-Z as a millionaire, it's not as powerful as Jay-Z the billionaire is now, where he can actually change political policy.
I agree. That's a part of it, but I agree. That's a part of it, and I agree to a point. But ultimately, when you think of Jay-Z, when I think of a legend in this hip-hop thing, it's going to be because of his music. It's going to be because of how long he's been around. He's been able to reinvent himself and keep himself relevant. His music.
Yeah, but part of that is his business acumen, because there's been years that Jay-Z hasn't dropped music. And to me, same thing you just said about Soulja Boy. There's been years where he's been musically inactive, but in 2019, this man was able to go on to the Breakfast Club and get millions and millions of hits for an artist that's been deemed irrelevant by a lot of his haters. As FDT said, he experienced more hate than most coming through of the game because of his limited skill set on the mic. You know what I'm saying? But I still consider him to be a certain type of legend. Like I said, if you could put Dennis Rodman and say he's a legend and say Michael Jordan's a legend, they're legends of a different kind, but they're still legends. I think Soulja Boy, you know what I'm saying, deserves to have that title, man. He's transcended the eras, man. I mean, even just look at the Carbon copy. Like I said, for better or for worse.
Yeah, exactly.
For better or for worse.
They put a hit single out. They last for like a year, and then you don't hear from them anymore. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but I just think the L word. I just don't think it quite applies.
Relevance.
I just think there's better words to describe him than legend. I mean, if you want to maybe just, if you want to describe maybe as a legend of, I guess, today or something more recent, maybe. But I just think innovative when it comes to the internet and someone who's definitely made his hits. I just got to ease up on the L word a little bit. And it's not just him. I think there's a lot of artists that throw it around, legend this, legend that. And I was like, whoa, let's throw the brakes. Let's let time dictate that. I think time and space dictate that more than anything.
But I mean, a lot of time is going by for Soulja Boy. It ain't like he had a 6'9" run. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about an artist that's been in the game for over a decade now, man. So it's like time has kind of shown, like,
that's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Like, for an artist that everybody wrote off as a one-hit wonder. It's not, everybody. So it's like, hey, at the end of the day, now the new Drip song, the joint kind of hitting, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I can't even hold you. But we all know Soulja Boy is
Yeah.
not going to give us that thought-provoking, artistic, flavor that the artists that we love lyrically are going to give us. But like I said, it's something that you can enjoy, and even like I said, understanding the science behind why other people like it is a talent within itself. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Being able to identify with what the public likes now and being able to tap into that's definitely a underrated quality in of itself. I can respect that. I just Legend. I'm on hold on that. Let me put it that way.
Now I
I'm on
respect
hold.
it, and we don't always have to agree too. That's the great thing about the RTP podcast is the fact that we all have different
Right,
viewpoints.
we all come with different things.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and we just want to leave the listener with some thought provoking ideas. This is probably conversations that y'all have it amongst yourselves, and we just adding our spice onto it.
Like I said, I still say no, but I'm willing to entertain maybe a legend, a different kind of legend. But I still ride more with the innovator and someone who was really able to kind of see what was coming, was able to adapt much faster than his peers, and was able to have a lot of success in part because of that.
Yeah, I could respect it, man. I could definitely respect it, man. Word.
Right.
So what's next, fellas?
Drake. You mean the nigga that
Drake.
got probably by Pusha T?
Yeah, the boy Drake want more smoke. You would have thought that story of Added On or whatever it is, that would have kind of quenched his thirst for that static, but apparently not.
D.Bail, we spoke on this a little earlier in the week.
Yeah.
He was saying how Drake, he has a dent in his armor, and you feel as though he's upset because he doesn't get the respect as a lyricist he deserves from like OG veterans and real hardcore hip hop heads.
Yeah, man. I just go back to that MTV special where Drake was talking about being an actor and a rapper in Degrassi, and the dude is downstairs in his room and he pulls out all these notebooks, like all of these notebooks full of raps, and he's going through his CDs, and it's like this dude is truly a hip hop geek. He's more of a hip hop geek than a lot of his fans will probably give him credit for, because they like the cool Drake. The Drake that gets the girls, the Drake that's styling on everybody, the Drake that can, do the Jay-Z.
Is there a cool Drake?
No, yeah, to them, yeah, there is a cool Drake. Of course, there's a cool Drake, man. There's a cool Drake, bro.
Yeah, they would.
I would have to disagree with that. I honestly think Drake is a cornball.
No, I'm not saying what you think. Talk. I'm not talking about what you think. I'm talking about what his fans think, what he thinks of himself. But my point is, he is a true hip hop appreciator. This is the guy that went on eBay and brought the microphone that was autographed by the Clips. Like this is not like a pop guy that's trying to do hip hop to fit in. Although he makes subpar pop music. That's the real Drake to me. The guy that genuinely cares with what the legends, the lyricists that he looked up to, the Joe Buddens, the Jay-Z's. These are the guys that he wants their approval, man. That's what I see when I look at Drake. So, yes, in my eyes, we were in the group chat and FTT said, "You think Drake is losing sleep over this?" Nah, I don't think Drake is losing sleep over this. We all know Drake is going to probably go down in history as one of the most successful entertainers of all time. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can take away his hits, his accolades, his talent as a singer, as a rapper. We you got to tip your hat to this brother. But looking at where he came from and looking at what he desires, even being a Canadian, coming into an American art form where he wants to stand next to the greats. You know what I'm saying? He wants that approval. He wants to be in that Mount Rushmore of hip hop. That J. Cole, that Kendrick Lamar build of his generation. Now, he's up there with those two, definitely, just by being the figure that he is. But when it comes down to him being that lyrical, that Jay-Z go-to guy, that classic album dropping, he knows deep down in his heart that Pusha T left a chip in his armor that will never, ever be repaired, man. Jay-Z was not the same guy after Ether, respectfully. Jay is still a legend. And Jay-Z at 99% is still better than most rappers could ever get close to. Jay-Z at 90% is better than most. But after Ether, my man would never be 100% again. And I feel like Drake is still in that zone where it's like, yeah, he sold more records, yeah, he's getting more money, but Pusha T has the respect of the fan base, that Drake truly idolizes and wants to be a part of. That's just my opinion, though.
I totally agree with you, D.Bail, because when we was kind of discussing this, earlier about Drake and Push, I was just saying that, I really think this is something that eats that homeboy. Like, he might not show it outwardly. He still has his legions of fans and followers, fanboys and girls or whatever. But it's something that, because he cares, he values the opinion of those that he looked up to when he was coming up.
Right on.
I really think he values that, and because he does, it's something that it doesn't keep him up at night, but it's something like, man, people really seeing me as kind of like a sucker out here, and it just, it's kind of like a feeling where, you in the back of your mind, it's just like, damn, I gotta live with this kind of this L. It's kind of like, I'm more successful and this and that, but it's just something that'll keep nagging at you. It doesn't go away. And I think, he wants to prove himself that, like, yo, I can go toe-to-toe with Push. I personally don't think he can go the long haul with Push, even though I do think Drake is underrated as a rapper. Ghostwriting stuff aside. And look, I mean, that's a big thing to put aside. That's a topic for another conversation. But I do think Drake, he can rap. He can flow.
No doubt.
But I Push it, to me, he's on another level. And if Drake tries to continue this, then I think he's going to get bodied really bad, because Drake has a lot more skeletons in his closet and things to pick at than Pusha T does. And Drake tried to go fishing for info before, and it didn't go too well. So homeboy needs to kind of just, sometimes you take L's. Jay was able to take an L and make lemonade. He's still super successful. He's still Jay-Z. Drake might just, I think he should just, you know what? We had that. It was what it was. I took the L. I'm still successful. Keep it moving, because, like I said, Pusha T probably has a lot more material that he can use, because that's one disadvantage of being the more popular artist. When you're more popular and people know your name, and there's so much more information out there about you, and also, like FDT was saying, Drake is kind of a cornball. I mean, the diss tracks write themselves. I mean, let's keep it really real here. So, I mean, I personally think homeboy should fall back, but like D.Bail was saying, it's because he values the opinion, I think, of real hip-hop heads and artists. I think it's something that kind of gnaws at him. Doesn't keep him up, but it's just, it bothers him on some level. So, we'll see what happens, but, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
What you think, FTT?
Drake, man, this is a guy who's taking a lot of L's, right, throughout his whole career, but no matter what, he bounces back from them all.
Very calculated, that's for sure. Yeah.
You guys mentioned Jay with Drake a lot in our convo. So do you guys think Drake is the Jay-Z of this generation?
Yes.
Success-wise.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'll give him that.
Like I said, lyrically, we already know Jay got that down. Like I mean, as far as success-wise, like them at the same age.
And we know Jay-Z writes his raps. I mean, Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'm not comparing this. I'm talking about straight success. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, them at the same age.
Like in terms of being that artist.
Time.
Yeah. I could see some parallels. I mean, I still think Jay-Z is definitely not even talking about lyrics. He's just more hip hop to the core. period. I think that's a big difference. But in terms of like being the artist and being successful and you know, being able to kind of
why is it that we like glorify Hove more than we glorify Drake? Like why do we automatically give? I mean, I understand Jay put his time in the game or whatever like that, but like, why do we give Jay more love or more respect than we give Drake?
Is that a serious question, bro?
I'm kind of like, I'm agreeing with D.Bail, man.
Is that a serious question,
I
bro?
mean, you gotta give Jay-Z.
I'm just saying.
You're not giving Jay enough.
Just playing devil's advocate.
I know we could play devil's advocate.
We got. Listen. We got 17-year-old Jay-Z who was a crack dealer. We got 17-year-old Drake who was on Degrassi. You know what I mean, on a television show. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we got Drake.
Yo, Jay's
in Canada. He's also half white. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if the roles were switched and Drake grew up in Marcy Projects, would we still have the same disdain for him?
But would Drake be Drake though? I mean, would he be?
I don't really like doing a hypothetical
you can't
like
really
that,
do.
Man. That's an unanswerable question, man.
It's just not. I mean, but just to answer your question, like why we get. I mean, Jay is hip hop to the core. He's an MC to the core. You can say what you want about Jay-Z now and where he is and all the stuff he's doing, but don't forget his roots. This is a guy that used to be under Jazzo doing Hawaiian Sophie.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude. I mean, like, to me, there's just honestly, there's no comparison to be had. I mean, Jay-Z came up with Jazzo and Big L and I mean, he came up in an era where hip hop was so competitive that his first album, which I thought was his best, got drowned out by the just the crazy talent that was out at the time. Biggie and Tupac,
AZ,
and Wu-Tang and AZ and Nah. I mean, it's Outkast. I mean, Redman,
Yep.
I mean, Mobb Deep. I mean, the level of the talent and just competition. DMX. I mean, man. I mean, no offense, but it's just night and day. And I think coming up in that competitive level like that, it fostered just someone that's completely different to me in so many ways. I just think it's not even really a great comparison because Jay-Z to me, he truly is hip hop in a way that Drake, in my opinion, will never be.
Woo,
I mean, that's just the realism. That's just the realism of the fact. I mean,
damn, that's kind of cool,
I understand
bro.
what she was getting at, FTT, but it's just the circumstances that made a Jay-Z just aren't there for Drake. And to me, that really makes all, if not most, of the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, in terms of being able to merge maybe kind of some pop and hip hop, I can see it somewhat, but nah, I just can't.
I respect that.
Nah. But I understand where you were coming from.
So D.Bail, do you agree or disagree that Drake is the Jay-Z of this generation?
Nah, I said he is, just in my eyes, but not on the circumstances of how they came up. I mean, just looking at him as the successful, slick talking guy. Even like their battle style, you know what I'm saying? How Jay-Z used to kind of like bait people subliminally or drop like a little 2 bars at him. I thought, Drake picked up that from Jay as well in terms of like, trying to pick fun at his rivals or just, trying to take shots at dudes. I definitely look at him like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely do. Yep.
All right, next topic, J. Cole Middle Child, what you guys think?
Hard record,
I liked
man.
it.
Hard record.
I like the record a lot. Different sound for him, I think. Different sound, because a lot of people, the criticism against J. Cole is that he's boring. But right. I thought this was a nice record. Nice little style change a little bit. But I like it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely he's talking smack, you know what I'm saying? He's a lot more aggressive in my opinion, but he was a lot more aggressive on his last album too. So I think at this point people just saying that J. Cole is boring. this man is giving us enough material since that first criticism started for about, let's say, 5 years now. People have been saying the same thing. If you're still saying that J. Cole's a boring artist in 2019, you're not rocking with him. Just admit it. Just say, yo,
Yeah, you
I
just
don't
being a hater.
yeah, I just don't like J. Cole, but bruh
Yeah.
is clever with his bars. Everything that was a crazy record, man. So me personally, like I said, I think it's an exciting record. I'm looking forward to seeing what else he will do. The only thing that you can say about this man is that he don't collab enough with other artists and he doesn't have to. He's talented enough where he could just kind of carry his own.
And people don't like his beats too.
Right,
That's
and his beats.
too.
Yeah, but he linked up with T- on his joint, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So,
no, this one is dope. I'm saying, but prior beats, people, you know what I'm saying. I have friends who say they don't like some of the most of the beats that J. Cole raps on.
and that's usually his own production. That's my point though. Like on this record, he got
Right.
a different producer. You know what I'm saying? He's not self.
Yeah,
He's
he-
not.
he
He didn't.
shows,
He
too.
didn't self-produce.
Yeah.
He didn't self-produce this record like he normally does. Also, like I said, it's cool that he can carry an album without no features. But I like to see the dude do some features, to be honest with you, because I think some of his mashups in the past, he has a record with 21 Savage that's real dope, man. And it's like, yo, like I like when artists, do those unusual pairings sometime. Sometimes it makes for better records, and it gives both
It
fan
can.
bases a chance to appreciate the different styles of both artists. And I think for hip hop, it's a beautiful thing for 21 Savage and J. Cole to have a record together. Because, not for nothing, for those that might have their criticism against 21 Savage, I think that being around a J. Cole, whether they in the studio or just collabing on a song, it makes 21 Savage kind of step his game up, even if he does it in an unconscious kind of
Yeah,
way.
you don't want to get washed on the track.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It might
You know?
spark those
Because honestly, that was the
yeah.
best verse I ever heard from 21 in my opinion.
Right,
He
you
was
know what
on
I'm
that
saying?
track with J. Cole, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that competition is important. You're right.
Facts.
I
yo.
agree with you about collabs. That's definitely important. You will, if you got someone, especially if it's a different kind of artist, the contrast stand out more, and you get two different flavors on a track. So that's always something to look forward to. The only thing I will say is some artists
quick
take
question,
it too.
DX boy.
What's up, FTT?
They say J. Cole is going at someone in Middle Child. Who do you think he's going at?
Woo! I didn't think he was gonna go there,
yeah.
dog.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Said he was going at who? I think Drake, Kanye, something to that effect.
Nah, it's definitely not Drake. He bigged up Drake in the record.
Drake. He bigged up Drake. Yeah, he bought him a watch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, he could have been, because J. Cole, he'll subliminally, sneak some little stuff in, and he could have been. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to listen to the record again, but I think it was more than likely Kanye. I would agree with you. I mean, I know J. Cole's had some criticisms of Kanye in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
In the way he's, handles certain things. He could be, but I gotta listen to the track again to be sure. But it wouldn't surprise me if he snuck a little.
Yeah, I think you need to take another listen, BX boy, because that was definitely one of the highlights of the song. J. Cole taking a couple shots, and allegedly, it's Pusha T. You know what I'm saying, in terms of what he's saying during the record. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. You definitely want to.
Yeah, I didn't get a Pusha T vibe from that.
Well, who did you get?
I thought he was talking about Kanye.
You think so? He said,
Let me see.
Yeah, I do think Kanye was
if I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout, won't be for fame. It won't be because my shit ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell your latest little sneakers. It won't be because some.
That's
slid in my
definitely
lane.
Kanye right there.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I could respect, because he said he's selling the sneakers. Although Pusha T also has he got a shoe line as well with Adidas.
Pusha. It could be Pusha, but it could be.
It won't be for clout. It won't be for fame, because Kanye.
So that rules out Drake to you.
Well, bro, you gotta listen to the record, bro. He's definitely not dissing Drake. Him and Drake are cool, man. Him and Drake are on social media together. He said, just like
He
LeBron, my
said this
dude get more
watch came
chips.
from Drizzy. He gave
Gave
me
me
a
a
gift.
gift.
Back when the rap game was praying, I diss.
They act like two legends
Okay.
cannot coexist. So
Cannot
he,
coexist,
yeah, so he's cool. He's cool with Drizzy, bro. He's cool with Drizzy.
I definitely know Kanye. I feel is one of them.
The only reason why I wouldn't say
that.
Kanye is because Kanye never came at Drake. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, Kanye was the one on Twitter like copping please,
J.
like,
Cole.
oh my fault, yeah. He never dissed J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Kanye was on
Yeah.
Twitter copping please, talking about, oh Drake, please don't diss us. We all for love. So Kanye to me doesn't have that spirit where he's dissing anybody for clout. I never heard Kanye come at J. Cole for clout or fame or his stuff ain't selling the same. You know, Kanye's records usually chart. They usually do well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The only thing that you can say is to sell your latest little sneakers, but even Kanye pretty much separates, you know what I mean, his fashion from hip hop, because it's dudes that buy Yeezys that don't give a damn about a Kanye West record. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he uses. It's not like he came out with a Yeezy Yeezy commercial, like G Unit did. G Unit had the commercial when they came out to G6s. Even Jay-Z had dropped a little 1 minute clip for the S. Carter sneakers that came out with Adidas, the Stan Smith joints.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
I mean, if he's going at Pusha T, man, that's kind of like, damn, dog. Like,
well, a lot of people
'cause
were
he-
saying that Pusha T dissed Drake because of clout. That's when I started hearing like that over abusing of the word. When Pusha T gave that business to Drake, it was like, oh, he's only doing it for clout. Oh, he's doing it because he wants to be famous. Oh, he's doing it because his record's not selling like Drake. So that's the first 3 lines that he says, that Cole says in that stanza. It won't be for clout, won't be for fame, won't be because my ish ain't selling the same. So I don't know. Very interesting.
he's
And
really
then
doing that.
then
he might just
let's keep it in context with the tweet that Pusha T then sent out, that I sent to you guys in the group chat, where Pusha says something to the effect of, you know, you already tried, it didn't work, and if you try it again, I'm gonna get all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? As if there's more than one contributor that's trying to get at Pusha. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'll tell you this: if J. Cole ends up getting into it with Pusha T, he'll have his hands full. But it'll be fun for hip hop. But
I would love to
he's
see
gonna
that.
Have his hands full.
I would love to see
That
that.
would be,
He's
yeah.
gonna
I
have
like
his
them
hands
both. Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
love
man,
to
I'm
see
like,
that.
Like, nah, I don't really like when my favorite rappers beef, but that's too ill to pass up. So if they were to go at it, I'd be all ears.
Show.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to hear that. But
You know what I'm saying? Wow, that's crazy, yo.
I'm definitely gonna listen to that record again, though.
Yeah, check it out again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check it out again.
But it still wouldn't surprise me if Kanye would be, just because Kanye's been, kind of acting crazy,
Yeah, and I mean he had
I
smoke
remember
with
J.
Kanye
Cole
before.
went at him before.
Yeah, he
Speaking
did.
of Kanye though,
He did.
Speaking of Kanye though, did y'all hear the Game rap about what he did to Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did hear about
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's old news, man. A lot of dudes allegedly, did that with KK.
That, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But my whole thing is why rap about it now? You know what I mean?
Doesn't he have an album
Kanye's
coming out
supposed to
and
be
he
cool.
wants to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Game has an album coming out. It's promotion. The minute he put it out there, it hit all the blogs. Unfortunately, I don't think Game's music has been gaining as much interest as it did in the past, which is unfortunate because he is a talented MC, man. He's a great rapper.
He's a good rapper, yeah.
And I was going to say that, like, I was like, why would he do this? Like, let the music sell itself. Like, this is super corny to me.
Yeah. Nah, I agree,
maybe
but
he feels it'll get traction.
in fairness, that's Game is always name drop. Like that was always his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what made his music entertaining.
Yeah, almost to the point of annoyance. He was always name drop. I'm like, damn,
yeah.
dog. Like,
That's always been his
I
thing.
don't know. I just thought him and Kanye had a better relationship. That's all. You know what I'm saying? They have worked together in the past.
They have worked together in the past, but I think that Kanye really ostracized himself with the pro-Trump stance that he has. I
Yeah,
think
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
artists, yeah.
people, and you know what? I don't even really think it's just so much because of him. Because I think, like you said, FDT, in fairness, rappers have had a great relationship with Kanye West. But I think a lot of rappers are just scared of the backlash that they would get if they publicly worked with him. And I'm honestly, I'm surprised that Nas didn't get as much backlash. But I tell you what, that had to be one of Nas's lowest selling albums ever. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
Nasir album,
Nas
it kind
didn't
of
get
came
any
in with.
backlash because we all were excited. We were like,
But
what, Kanye?
but
Nas,
don't
like
Yeah,
we got
true.
it.
but don't
Like we were definitely gonna give Kanye a pass if that album would have been fire. Like that would have been the
yeah
album that we thought it was going to be. We definitely would have gave Kanye a pass.
yeah
The
because they had
album was
yeah
not
they had an earlier
hard, you know what I'm
collaboration
saying?
that was pretty hot too. You know,
That's the
Nas
Yeah.
only
and Kanye.
reason why Nas wasn't in the backlash or whatever for working with Kanye. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
Nas
saying?
was dealing with backlash of his own with the whole Khalid situation too. So that probably would have taken a
Yeah, true.
backside to that with the whole abuse stuff. So but yeah,
And then maybe we figure Nas will kick game to Kanye, you know what I'm saying? So if they had to work together, maybe you can, knock some sense into him. But
Yeah.
that's not what happened, unfortunately.
Right, right. And
no,
then
it's
and
not.
then and then Kanye wasn't as deep then as he is now. He went to the White House. I think after he went to the White House, that whole stage show that they put together there, I think a lot of people
Clown
definitely
him.
distanced, like not even clown him, but just definitely like separated themselves from like completely like, all right, you know what I'm
Like
saying,
this
to the
dude is
point
bugging.
where if anybody works next to him at this point, people be like, nah, we rejecting that, man. We ain't even trying to hear that right now. So,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
yeah, I mean, like I said, we heard the record. I mean, it ain't nothing new. Rap is always controversial. Kim Kardashian has always been, a controversial figure within pop culture, and we all know
One
how
of
she
those
got
famous
on.
for being famous people.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? We know how she got on, so it's really no surprise. So if
yeah,
somebody says that's what they did, hey, that's what they did, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
More than likely,
it is what
true
it
story.
is,
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Cloud chasing at his finest.
Woo!
Got an album to sell, bro.
And then we
Facts.
got your boy Tory Lanez beefing with everybody or trying to
Yeah, man. He had it.
best rap
He
in the
had,
game, man.
he had a Kendrick moment. I
Um,
think it's Kendrick 2.0, kind of.
yeah,
Or nah?
I ain't mad at Tory Lanez, man. He's a Canadian rapper slash singer. Once again, I think anybody coming from outside of America is gonna have a chip on their shoulder. You know what? If the fans are enjoying these spats back and forth, cool. I mean, I don't think Tory Lanez got smoke for, J. Cole or any Kendricks or
Pusha T.
Pusha T, any of the rap giants that lyrically have more than enough proved their merit in the game. But hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, bruh. I ain't even mad at you,
He
bro.
got him some attention, that's for
And
sure.
even Cassidy, I think, threw a little heat his way. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, that would be pretty entertaining to me. I would love to see Tory Lanez get up with one of the battle leagues. You know what I'm saying? And go head to head with one of these battle rappers to see what he's really made of, man. Because the tracks back and forth, it is what it is. You can throw a little auto tune on it. You can definitely let the beat carry you. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to be all that, but the beat is so fire. People are like, yeah, that joint is hot. But Tory Lanez, if you really want to show us your prowess, man, and you really want to get that chip off your shoulder, bruh, enter yourself into one of these battle leagues. You know what I'm saying? See what's up with Cassidy. See what's up with Murder Moot. You know what I'm saying? See what's up with DNA. See what's up with any of these real battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? Hollow the Don. Like, yeah, put some work in, bro. Put some work in
Yeah,
with those cats.
but to be honest, I thought that even his battle against Jonah Lucas wasn't as one-sided as some might believe. I thought Jonah Lucas had some smoke for him. I thought,
Yo,
He
yeah.
absolutely did.
his responses back were like, yo, like, you may call me some kind of backpack, whatever, but
Was
the
good.
dude had, yeah, man, he was spitting. Like, it wasn't no, like, I was like, I'm not sure who won this one.
Definitely killed that too.
Say again, say
Also,
again.
before he,
And I'm saying, Jordan Lucas' response, like he killed it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
He was
It was
big.
so crazy we got 4 tracks in a matter of 24 hours. Like, it was instant.
Instant.
Yeah,
So,
back to back. So yeah,
and
crazy.
so far this Tory Lanez beef been instant too, because we already got Don Q and Jail Ryder have already responded to him with this track.
And Don Q went hard.
Whoa, that's what's up.
He's like, yo, I ain't
matter of
here to
time
game.
before we get some more. I
Yeah.
do look forward to Cassidy definitely hitting him with a diss.
Yeah.
Cassidy, that would be nice. Cause he stole one of Cassie's lines and
did.
Funk Flex freestyle.
He did,
Yeah,
man. He bit off Cass. He even bit a J Hood line. He bit a couple lines, man, or some old raps off of mixtapes that people might have forgot about. But yeah, I definitely picked up on that. And the one thing that's good about this so-called, let's just call it a competition, because I don't want to call it no beef, because obviously ain't no real smoke, is the fact, like you said, FDT,
right, competition.
the records are coming fast, man. That's what I like about it, man. Like, these cats are actually living up to that, what's making the digital era good. Like, we don't need to wait no 3-4 weeks, no 2, 3, 4 months for no reply tracks. Like, they putting it out quick, they giving it to us fast, they giving us entertainment, and we moving forward with it. So that's what's up. So it's a good look, man. It's definitely a good look.
I agree, man. That's what hip hop is about, man.
For sure, man.
Don't need to know violence, nothing too crazy. Let's compete. Let's see who the best is. And like I was saying, I think in the earlier podcast, whenever people say they the best or this or that, you got to be able to prove it. When the heat or the smoke comes,
Yeah.
it'll be a fire, man. For real. You better be ready to put it out.
Facts.
So yeah, I'm just looking forward to a great back and forth, and I hope he responds to Don Q, because I thought he went at him the hardest.
Yeah, man. I think at some point he'll get tired, you know what I'm saying, and then he'll be ready to move on. You know what I mean? Because realistically, I think it's more or less for his profile to come up. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think he's doing it because he thinks...
And you can only respond so much. I mean, he basically called out the industry. You don't want to be like a Kendrick situation where you got like 50 different rappers dissing you.
Exactly.
And, maybe you pick like the 5 biggest names to respond back to or whatever,
Facts, man.
It's good to see competition back at the forefront of hip-hop. You know what I mean? Like, I
That's
like these
good
little diss records and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to see that. It's good for the
I remember Mos Def did something like this, but then he rescinded it, and I was so disappointed, man, because that's one of my favorite rappers. I wanted to see him, I think, go back and forth with Lupe and whoever else.
Yeah.
He rescinded it, so I was so disappointed, man. But yeah, man, so we'll see what Tory Lanez got, because he definitely got some people aiming at him. And, who knows if J. Cole and Pusha T will respond, because he called them out, I believe, on Twitter. Or he mentioned they
called out Eminem as well.
Eminem too, yeah. And Eminem, he everything. He's kind of sensitive.
Yeah.
You saying, wow? What you think about Eminem, D.Bail?
Listen, man. Like I said, it's entertaining, bro. I mean, Tory Lanez is not gonna have any smoke for any dude that's in that category or caliber of MC, bro. Eminem.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, I think he's worth more of a response than say MGK. I mean, no disrespect.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so, because Tory Lanez is
as
he
an
came
artist?
out. Yeah, I mean, Tory Lanez came out as a singer.
Rapper?
He's not even really a rapper, bro. He came out as a singer, man. He's known for
being a singer. But he's better than MGK, in my opinion.
Is necessary, man.
Yeah, nah. I think you're giving Tory Lanez too much credit, bro. At least MGK, he's a rapper, bro. You know what I'm saying? He raps.
M definitely took a hit off that. You know what I'm saying? Didn't damage him hard, but he got tapped on the chin a little bit with that. Record,
for sure. Definitely. He earned that. He earned that response. He earned that ass whooping back. But like I said,
well, that was more personal than Eminem, because the stuff was going on. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess I just think that little MGK as a rapper overall.
Yeah, you do. You must. Yeah, which is cool. Got the right to your opinion, man. I respect it. Trust me, I do. Let me just say a couple quick notes and a couple quick shout outs, man. Illustrious Entertainment, Big Ty and Logic. Every third Tuesday of the month, Industry Tuesdays goes down. at Mist Harlem on 116th Street. Doors open up at 7. I will be doing interviews every third Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Live at Miss Harlem, interviewing all the different independent artists that are coming through. The Righteous Tongue podcast, we have our rotating billboard that is rotates on the big screen between the hours of 7 all the way up until 1 in the morning. And every artist that performs on the stage and all the audience gets a chance to see the RTP billboard featuring myself, FDT, and the BX Boy. So the name is definitely getting out there, and we definitely appreciate our partnership with Illustrious Entertainment in terms of the promotions. So hopefully next time, coming up in February, actually, we can get the BX Boy on location, man. You gotta let me know if you're gonna be
try
free.
to come out.
Yeah, let me know if
No
you're
doubt,
free, bro.
I'll let you know.
The actual
Word.
date is it's on the 19th, February 19th, man, 2019.
I'm gonna let you know.
All right,
I'm gonna try to be out there. Word.
that's what it is. So we speak fluid hip hop here, and we didn't agree to disagree on every subject, but we all have our own fluctuating opinions, and I think that's what makes the show so righteous and worthwhile, and we all come from our own perspectives. So yeah, man, thank you for checking us out, man, on YouTube, youtube.com/Grussel Media USA. And this is the first episode that we're gonna leave up as a full length show, and we're gonna get our sounds up on iTunes and Podcaster and Podomatic, hopefully within the near future. So just tell your friends about it, sub to the page, and
like and share, subscribe.
Word, man.
Right.
So
check us out.
Let's just sign off, man. This has been the Righteous Tongues podcast with your host FDT, man. Any final words?
Yeah, man. Great episode, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
All right. The BX Boy.
It was fun. A lot of drama as always. Spirited discussion. See you next time. Peace.
And I'll be a media art specialist, D.Bail. Thank you for checking out the Righteous Tongues podcast live at grusselmedia.com. All right. Until next time, check y'all out, man. Peace and love.